divine grace ऐसी भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, बीबीटी फाउंडर चार्य शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna everybody, I would like to welcome you all for our today's Srimad Bhagavatam class, and today we are reading from Canto 3, the status quo, chapter number 28, and titled Kapila's Instructions on Devotional Service. And today we're gonna read out from text number 9 and text number 10. So text number 9 we will read together, and 10 I will read by myself. Pranayasa shodhayan margam पूरा कुंभकारे चके प्रतिकूले नवाचित्तम यस्थास्थिरम अचंचलम प्राणयस्याशोधेन मार्गं पूरा कुंभकारे चके प्रतिकूले नवाचित्तम यथा स्थिरम अचंचलम। प्राणस्य शोधयन् मार्गम पूरा कुंभकारे चके प्रतिकूले नवाचित्तम प्लीज। हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल चले प्रतिकूले नवाचित्तम। हरि बोल, हरे कृष्ण, हरे कृष्ण, ना हरि बोल। चित्तम मितातीरम चंचलम। हरि बोल। Anybody, please. प्राणस्य शोधन मार्गम करे चके प्रतिकूल प्राणस्य शोधने मार्गान् प्रतिकूले नवाचित्तम् यथा स्थिरम् अचंचलम्। माताजी's प्राणस्य शोधयेन् मार्गम् पुरा कुंभकारे चके प्रतिकूले नवाचित्तम् यथा स्थिरम् अचंचलम्। प्राणस्य शोधयेन् मार्गम् पूरा कुंभकारे चके प्रतिकूले नवाचित्तम् यथा स्थिरम् अचंचलम्। Word to word meaning, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Word to word meaning: pranasya, a vital air; shodhet, one should clear; margam, the passage; pura kumbhakare chakahe, by inhaling, retaining and exhaling; pratikulena, by reversing, va or Chittam, the mind. Yatha, so that. Sthiram, steady. Achanchalam, free from disturbances. Translation: the yogi should clear the passage of vital air by breathing in the following manner. First, he should inhale very deeply, then hold the breath in, and finally exhale. Or, reversing the process, the yogi can first exhale, then hold the breath outside, and finally inhale. This is done so that the mind may become steady and free from external disturbances. Purport: these breathing exercises are performed to control the mind and fix it on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Savai Manha Krishna Padaravindayo. The devotee Amrisha Maharaj fixed his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna 24 hours a day. The process of Krishna consciousness is to chant Hare Krishna and to hear the sound attentively so that the mind is fixed upon the transcendental vibration of Krishna's name, which is non-different from Krishna, the personality. The real purpose of controlling the mind by the prescribed method of clearing the passage of the life air is achieved immediately if one fixes his mind directly on the lotus feet of Krishna. The Hatha Yoga system or breathing system is specially recommended for those who are very absorbed in the concept of bodily existence. But one who can perform the simple process of chanting Hare Krishna can fix the mind more easily. 3 different activities are recommended for clearing the passage of breath: Puraka, Kumbhaka, and Rechaka. Inhaling the breath is called Puraka, sustaining, which is holding it within, is called Kumbhaka, and finally exhaling it is called Rechaka. This recommended process can also be performed the reverse order. After exhaling, one can keep the air outside for some time and then inhale. The nerves through which inhaling and exhaling are conducted are technically called Ida and Pingala. The ultimate purpose of clearing the Ida and Pingala passages is to divert the mind from material enjoyment. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, one's mind is his enemy and one's mind is also his friend. Its position varies according to the different dealings of the living entity. If we divert our mind to the thought of material enjoyment, then our mind becomes an enemy. And if we concentrate our mind on the lotus feet of Krishna, then our mind is as friend. But the yoga system of Puraka, Kumbhaka, and Rechaka, or by directly fixing the mind on the sound vibration of Krishna or on the form of Krishna, the same purpose is achieved. In Bhagavad Gita 8.8, it is said that one must practice the breathing exercise, Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena. By virtue of this process of control, the mind cannot wander to external thought, which is Chetasa Nanya Gamina. Thus one can fix his mind constantly on the Supreme Personality of Godhead and can attain, which is Yati, towards him. Practicing the yoga system of exercise and breath control is very difficult for a person in this age. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended Kirtaniya Sadahari. One should always chant the holy name of the Supreme Lord Krishna because Krishna is the most suitable name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The name Krishna and the Supreme Person Krishna are non-different. Therefore, if one concentrates his mind on hearing and chanting Hare Krishna, the same result is achieved. Text number 8, which I will read by myself. Mano achrita saya virajam jita swasya yoginaha Vayuva agni bhayam yatha loham dhmatam tyajate vaimalam. Translation: the yogis who practice such breathing exercise are very soon freed from all mental disturbances. Just as gold, when put into fire and fanned with air, becomes free from all impurities. This process of purifying the mind is also recommended by Lord Chaitanya. He says that one should chant Hare Krishna. He says further, Param Vijayate. All glories to Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glories to giving to the chanting of the holy name of Krishna, because as soon as one begins this process of chanting, the mind becomes purified. Cheto Darpan Marjanam. By chanting the holy name of Krishna, one is cleansed of the dirt that accumulates in the mind. One can purify the mind either by the breathing process or by the chanting process, just as one can purify gold by putting it in a fire and fanning it with the billows. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deen Bandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vindavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashati Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So in Srimad Bhagavatam there are two pastimes are very long, quite a long, and there goes many chapters, and which has got a very deeper meaning and many deeper philosophy and lessons which therefore the conditioned soul. The one is Uddhav Gita. It's very long chapters. Almost half of the canto goes. And here is Kapila Dev second, which is almost starting from 21st, 22nd chapter, or maybe 19th chapter, and it's still going there till the end of this canto. So you can see how important that pastime is, and how much they are instructing us, so we can go more deeper and practice practically in our life. So today's verse, which is 9 and 10, it's almost talking about what is the method from the Ashtanga Yoga point of view to control your mind, which is pranayama. In one sense, we call it Hatha Yoga or breathing exercise. Thus we have seen it. I'm pretty much sure all of us, more or less in our life, we have done this. Okay, I have, because when I was going through in my initial days reading this pastime, and I was quite influenced by this breathing thing, because when I search on a Google, it says it will relax your mind, it will take the anxiety out, make you feel in your present. I said, okay, let me try. And I did try for not just 1 day, 2 days, for some months. And definitely it has got effect, no doubt about it. Okay, but as soon as you stop it, then what happens? This is called temporary result. In my previous class last week, and I was talking about that, where we perform, because the yogis, they are different kind of yogis. Okay, just like we say, he's a science student. So the question comes, intelligent person asks, what kind of science student he is? Someone say, maybe he's on a PhD level. Maybe he's on a graduation, undergraduation level. Maybe he's just started. Maybe he's in the middle, maybe 6th standard, 8th standard. So there are different grades of science students are there to learn the science. So in a similar way, when we call about I am yogi, so we have only one definition. Yogi means it comes everything. But when we open up the scriptures and find out there are different levels of yogis. Karma yogi is also called yogi. Jnana yogi, then Ashtanga yogi, and the Bhakti yogi. Except the Bhakti yogi, if we keep it aside for a moment, and if we talk about the other 3 yogas over there, they don't provide the result until you add the holy name of the Lord in their process. It's not that chanting the holy name of the Lord only recommended in the age of Kali, but it is 100% recommended to chant there. But the other yugas, they are also recommended. If you do other processes, you have to still chant the holy name, because if the bhakti element is not there, that result or that process will not fructify. Where is the example? Because we are talking about Ashtanga yoga. Where is the example? You said right, Dhruva Maharaj. Yesterday, Mother Janki, she was explaining how Dhruva Maharaj was performing the Ashtanga Yoga. No doubt, he was performing. But along with that, his spiritual master or the spiritual masters of all the spiritual masters, Shri Narada Muni, he gave a mantra also. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So that was the holy name. It's not that he alone himself. By practicing Ashtanga Yoga, he achieved. No. Because what was the purpose of Narad Muni giving this mantra and the process of Ashtanga Yoga to Dhruva Maharaj? He knows. He knows that because without the help of the Lord, we cannot be successful in our spiritual life. We cannot. Because Lord has to be there to help us out to go through with the process. But the point is, the age was different, time was different, process was different. Let me give you an example. Like if somebody has a cancer has 4 stages. Yeah. If somebody just got detected, which we say stage 1. So say stage 1, yes, we know he's got a cancer, he's got a disease, but still we can say he's got so much time to live, or so much time to think, or so much time to do many other activities. But as he progresses to stage 2, less time. Stage 3, less time. Stage 4, extremely less time. And where we get the treatment, more or less, we call it chemotherapy. Because the person who is on a 4th stage, he's got very less time. So we are on the 4th stage of Yuga, which is Kali Yuga. The first stage was Satya Yuga, plenty of time. Plenty of other treatments are there. Method was there because on the level of cancer, 4 stages, there are different treatments are given to the patient. It's not the same treatment at all. If he gets fixed by one process, then why to give him the heavy one? Why to give him the heavy one? Why to give him the heavy one? 2nd, 3rd and 4th. The 4th is chemo, which is very quite heavy. A person has to suffer for many times. So in a similar way, when Satya Yuga was there, plenty of time were there. 1 lakh, 100,000 years of living. My God, 100,000 of living. Then reduced to Treta Yuga, age was reduced. Dwapar age was reduced. Kali age was reduced. So what we got in the hand? The ultimate Brahmastra or the powerful weapon of Lord Krishna, the only weapon is Harir Nam, Eva Kevalam. Only the Lord's Hari's name. If it's been recommended by one time, if the Shastra writes one time, the name or the solution, it has so much importance. But if it has been emphasized 3 times in a row, see how much importance it is giving. Baba, do not try any other process. You're not gonna succeed. Kalau nasteva, eva nasteva, eva nasteva, eva gatir natha. There is no other way. I'm pretty much sure we have been chastised by our parents, yeah? Doing our naughty things. I'm pretty much sure. And if the mom says, son, don't do it. If we are smart enough to grab her intention, how important it is for us not to do this. She says very softly, son, don't do it. My dear daughter, don't do it. If the son is intelligent enough, he said, okay, my mother, I will not do it. But if she says 3 times, what does it mean? I told you no. No means no. Means she is so serious. So this is a serious business. Chanting the holy name is completely a serious business. It's not a loose business. It's not a casual business. We just come hanging around and doing like this. No, it is 100% because our spiritual life starts with the holy name, and our spiritual life, which I will not say its end, but in this body, it ends with the holy name. If you see your life when you started your spiritual journey, how did it start? Because you heard somewhere the chanting of Hare Krishna. It's not started by any other means. I'm pretty much sure in terms of majority. It's always started with the holy name. The holy name somehow or other, it just went through our ears. It just went through our ears and we got purified by that. So much power is there in the holy name. But how do we take? We take it so cheaply, so lightly. If you see our acharyas, they are so serious when there is a time to do japa. They are so serious, they don't do any other activity. When there is a time to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, they don't do any other activities. Because here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself and Srila Prabhupada and many other acharyas, they are telling in the age, holy name chanting is the only way. We all know, because we have been in the movement for 2, 3, 4 years or 10 years or 15 years or so, we have read so many times Srimad Bhagavatam or so many other scriptures or heard many lectures of Srila Prabhupada. Okay? Just open up. What are the benefits when we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? Because in my today's lecture, I'm not going to focus on what we get benefit. I will focus on why we are not getting benefit. Why we are not getting benefit when we chant Hare Krishna. First, what benefit do we get? What is the Shastra giving us the information? If you chant Hare Krishna, what happens in your life or with you? Who will say first? Sorry, Prabhu? Depend on the stage you are chanting. But like if you chant by any means, what are the importance or benefits chanting provides you through the scriptures? Purifies the mind. All auspiciousness gives you knowledge. Okay? Helps you to detach from the material sense enjoyment. And help you to realize who you are and who Krishna is and what is your position, what is the position of other living entity, not only just in the human form, in other species also. They are, if you want to make it down, you can make it down 100 points. Yes? But when we are practicing for some years, then the question comes, why it is not happening to me? I have read so many times Bhagavatam, I have read so many times Bhagavad Gita, I have distributed so many books. Why am I not relishing the taste? What is the impediment? Okay, so here Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he has emphasized, because if you see, sometime don't do is much more important than do's. I say it again, in most of the time, don't do things are much more important than do's. And when you do the do's, it will automatically happen in your life and you see the result. We know, we chant, before chanting our japa early in the morning, which is our personal meeting with Lord Krishna, there is a number 11 verse comes. What is that? After chanting the 10th verse? Yes. It is also an offense. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. And in Harinama Chintamani, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, even though if you are perfected in all the 10 numbers to blaspheme the devotee who have dedicated their life to propagate in the holy name of the Lord, till 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you are perfected, but still you are inattentive, what happens? You will not get the fruits even though if you chant 64 rounds a day. And who is saying? Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And who is he? He is the 7th Goswami in our Vaishnava Sampradaya. We know the 6th Goswami. There was a gap between 6th Goswami and the 7th Goswami because it has also been said he is the pioneer of again Hare Krishna movement. That's his realization. He's quoting the scriptures. Okay, what are the things when we become inattentive through our practice? Okay, so let's explore or browse our life or our daily activities. What are the things we do while chanting which makes us inattentive? Check your phone. Check your phone. And second thing, plan our day during chanting. That is also good. Third, fall asleep while like dozing off, boom, boom. And third, and fourth, you can say there are many there. I'm going to add chanting in the class. Srimad Bhagavatam. Anybody? Fifth, sixth? Yes, please. talking while chanting, just thinking because the person has just comes up to the temple or haven't seen for 2 days. Prabhu, where have you been? How was your program? During chanting. Wasting our time, which is basically has kept for the Brahma Murta to relish. Why it is been said, why you have to do in a Brahma Murta in terms of majority to practice. Why is only Brahma Murta? Because other devil or demon mentality people, they are sleeping at the moment. So there is an influence to make you negative, it's less there during that time. And second thing, I also explain that if a plane, an aeroplane has to fly, can it take off from anywhere? You can take it to, M80 or 8 number freeway or whatever, Or you can go to your stadium, you can park your plane there and just try to take off. Can you fly from there? What does it need? What an aeroplane needs to take off? A tarmac, a runway, a proper runway. So if you want your spiritual life has to take off properly, the proper runway is the Brahma Murta time. If you try to fly your plane in the afternoon, so much difficult. If you try to fly your plane in the evening, so much difficult. Only possibility if you really want to fly in a proper way, the proper runway is morning time, and that morning time should not be wasted in any other thing. And it's not my personal recommendation. I'm going to quote you from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, which is none other than again Sri Narada Muni is telling or advising who? His Vyasadeva. Chapter number 6, conversation between Vyasadeva and Narada Muni. This one comes up when Vyasadeva, as a disciple, he asked his spiritual master, "Oh my dear spiritual master, how did you become a spiritual master? What did you do? What happened in your life that you became a Narada Muni?" And after telling so many things, then he was telling, when I served the Bhakti Vedantists, the transcendentalists, when they came here during Chaturmas, I was serving them. And when they left, they instructed me. They gave me the mantra to chant. They gave me the knowledge so I can read through, and they helped me how to detach. And I'm going to read, please be mindful, be attentive what he's saying here. 1:6:26, text number 26, Canto 1, chapter number 6. Namanya anantas hata tripa pathan goyani bhadrani kirtani chasmaran gam priyatam stushta managatas praha kalam pratiksham vimada vimatrashaha. What he says? He says, thus I began chanting the holy name and fame. Chanting the holy name and fame of the Lord by repeated recitation. Ignoring, now the point is very important, ignoring all the formalities of the material world. How is he chanting the holy name? Ignoring all the material duties. Let me check my phone, how important it is. While chanting, people keep their phone on their thighs or on next to their them. As soon as the notification comes, such an important task you are doing, you don't know. Suddenly, attention goes there. And we think our input or speaking on that subject matter is so important that if I will not give my input, the temple, the world will not function. Can you see the trick of the Maya? I was just thinking and meditating on this process that before launching this mobile phone, in our life, how devotees were practicing their spiritual life so peacefully, so much time they have. They were memorizing so many shlokas, reading so many books, doing so many service, and they were so peaceful among each others. But as soon as this has come, we think that we are so important. If we don't give our input on some subject matter which doesn't belong to us and nothing to do with us, then people will think I don't exist in this world. Srila Prabhupada, when devotee offered Srila Prabhupada a landline telephone, you know what landline means? Just keep it the buyer in your home. It's not moving. It was already there. They thought it will be easy for Srila Prabhupada to speak to him. When one time he rang, Prabhupada picked up and he was so upset. He says, Prabhupada, how are you? In the night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Prabhupada said, is it the time to ask this question? And next morning, because it just not even been a one day to put that phone in Prabhupada's quarter, Prabhupada says, take this Damien thing out of my room. This is disturbance. This is completely a disturbance in my life. And now we are just playing it, especially when we are in the class and especially we are during the japa. No, it's our personal meeting with Krishna. It should not be. It's a complete distraction. But now I just want to point it out and reading a couple of paragraphs from Harinam Chintamani, which is a whole chapter is dedicated to inattentive chanting. What happens and what are the symptoms and what are the stages and what is the solution to them. It won't take much time. It's just only 5 to 10 minutes. Just be attentive to this part. Chapter 12, Prabhu. It's called Inattention While Chanting. Okay. And this is the one which Haridas is speaking to Sanatana Goswami and Gopala Bhatta Goswami. What he's saying, Haridas spoke to Sanatana Goswami in Puri and to Gopala Bhatta. When you travel to South India, you taught the importance. Who is teaching? Sanatana Goswami. You taught the importance of performing one's chanting without inattention. Inattention is counted as one of the aparadhas. Even if one successfully overcomes all other offenses in chanting and one is chanting continuously, love of God may not come. One should know that the reason for this is that one is committing the offense known as parmada. Parmada is also means madness. But in a Sanskrit, in a different context, one word of Sanskrit has different meanings. So here, parmada means inattention. This offense will block progress to prema. Parmada may means madness, but here the meaning is inattention or carelessness. It is from this offense that all other offenses spring. Can you see it? Just cause of one offense, because we are not inattentive, other offenses happen. Vaishnava aparadh. Okay. Second, we think Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they are equal to Lord Shiva. Not obeying the order of the spiritual master. Okay. Not respecting the Vedic scriptures. On the strength of the holy name, we just want to commit sinful activity because we know we're gonna conquer it through chanting. These are the offenses. Only just by one thing, which is inattentive. Okay. Now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is further explaining, they have divided into 3 sections. This inattentiveness is divided into 3 sections and it has given the name. And the names are no attention, laziness and distraction. They come under 3 categories. And what are the problems, what we face and what is the solution. By good fortune after getting, which is no attention. The first is no attention, here is the explaining. By good fortune, after getting faith, a jiva will take up the name by chanting regularly, continuing on a tulsi mala carefully. He will develop attraction for the name. However, until the attraction has actually developed, one must be very careful about how one chants. Naturally, common men have attachment to material things, will be attached to these things even while chanting. Though chanting japa daily, if his taste is elsewhere, means he's thinking about, as you say, some other things. I have to plan my day. Even though if you have to plan your Harinam day also, or your book distribution day also, or your cooking day also, or dressing up the Lord also, no, keep everything aside. This is a time for chanting the japa. Mind tells you, oh, you're not thinking something material, you are thinking about the service of the Lord. Well, you think when you are doing service, but at the moment only just a holy name. His heart will not be absorbed in chanting the name, but in some material object. How can that benefit him? He may chant 64 rounds, counting strictly on his japa beats, but in his heart he has not received one drop of the taste of the name. The indifference or apathy towards the name is one type of inattention in the heart of mentalist. It is unavoidable. Just focus in your present. I have read or I have attended many japa retreats by Mahatma Prabhu, Bhujan Prabhu, Sachinanda Maharaj. They always say the one thing: whenever you are going to sit for your japa, disconnect yourself from the whole world, even from your own service also. Okay, organizing this and that. No, just keep these 2 hours only you and Lord. Don't bring anything in between. Don't bring anything in between. Because this is your personal time and it's a completely a serious business. Because the more you chant your holy name in an attentive way, the more you can do your service better. Why we are not doing or not being engaged properly in our service? Because our chanting is not good. And they both are interrelated. The more your chanting will be good, the more you can perform your service well. And the more you perform your service well, the more you can chant the holy name perfectly or attentively. They are interrelated. So everything has a purpose or absorption we need it. Next, for the indifference or lack of attraction for the name is present, one should take association of the Vaishnava. Now the solution is given. So what is the solution? In all the 3 components they have only one solution. Take the association of the Vaishnavas and stay with them. Don't try to go away from them. One should take association of Vaishnavas who are properly chanting in some place sheltered from the material influence. See what they're saying? Some place sheltered from the material influence. We have to put ourselves in such a situation where there is no influence of the Maya. The best place is chanting in the temple room, because we need to see our current situation. But here further, and the best part is to chant with or front of Srimati Tulsi Maharani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to chant. Whenever he takes course for Harinam or his chanting, he always chant next to Tulsi Maharani. Haridas Thakur, Namacharya, he chants in front of Tulsi Maharani. And whenever he walks in the Harinam Kirtan, there is always at the front Tulsi Maharani is there, because she is Bhakti Pradayini. She is so pure. She is so pure. It is my personal realization. Just 2-3 weeks back, I went to one home program in Long Island, and they were back to back my program, like morning, evening in 2-3 days. So one of the congregation person, they offered me, Prabhu, you can stay here with us. We have a separate room for you. I said, okay, no problem. So I was going through, which is such a difficult time in my mind, that lust is there, anger is there, frustration is there, even after doing a program. Okay, and I was fully tired. I was just about to hit the bed. And when I went to the room and I saw a room, a very big room, okay, and there is a bed. They say Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj also comes, and many other Swamiji comes and stays there. I said, that's very nice. And when I went there were 2 tables, and those tables were full of Tulsi Maharani. Okay, one table has got 15 Tulsi Maharani pots, and one table had got almost 10, 12, or 15. Like this room was full of Tulsi aroma. And they said, Prabhu, this is your place to live. And as soon as I opened the door and I entered, I felt so much, satisfaction in my mind. I was so tired, I thought, let me go and sleep, because I did not take a rest in the morning. But I felt, let me chant some more rounds. I pick up my bead, I thought I will chant only maximum 1 round before I go into bed. But I end up chanting 5 or 6 rounds. I didn't even realize the time is going, but why time is going? It's going in the glorification of chanting the holy name. And I felt so peaceful. I said, oh, so powerful when you chant next to the Tulsi Maharani. The quality of your rounds, it's 100% improves. The advanced devotee have recommended that one live in a place where Krishna had his pastime. Is it possible for us to go to Mayapur, Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, Dwarka all the time? No, all the time. So Prabhupada said, wherever our ISKCON temples are, they are not less than Vrindavan, Mayapur, or Dwarka, or Puri. Because Lord is always there. Wherever Lord, Kirtan is going on, worship is going on, and pure Srimad Bhagavatam is going on, that place is no less than Vrindavan. So we are actually in Vrindavan. So stay there, chant in the temple, and near Tulsi, and in the company of a Vaishnava, and gradually increases the period of chanting. Quickly the taste for material object will go. Another remedy is to carefully chant in a room by oneself with the door locked. That means we should avoid, if there is no chance, what to do, but avoid chanting on the street. avoid chanting in the bus or a train, because there's so much distractions are there that we will go through when the distraction part will come. Now, the question comes second, which is laziness. If one chants with sluggish mind, and after chanting a little, one has to stop before finishing his round, it is called laziness. What does it mean? He finishes his chanting, He stops before finishing his round. What does it mean? Where do we do that? Where do we do that? You gave the answer already. When we chant with our foot. We are in the middle, we are chanting, and suddenly one rasa of the holy name comes, ting! One notification comes, and our whole thing, and we stop. See what an important process. We are going back to Godhead, and we stop walking, and we make a U-turn and chant what happened to my phone. And second thing, as you all answered, talking to other people, or browsing, even sometimes reading the books also. We just chant, come to the table, open even Srimad Bhagavatam or other books. Who wrote this book? What the verse is saying. We are chanting, but we are also doing. And third thing, in the class also. Because we have only one mind. To hear, we focus either in the listening of the Srimad Bhagavatam or either listening to the holy name. But we do two things in a one go. No, that's not nice. Either you can't absorb fully in the chanting, either you can't absorb in your Srimad Bhagavatam class. And second and third thing, during Kirtan. Arti time also. Arti going on, chanting hand in the hand, swinging around with the beat of drum, mirdanga, alaka kartal, taking the bag, spinning around. Kirtan is definitely the holy name, but it's just going with the congregation. So why don't you put your judge up on the side and chant with other people. And when they are finished, you pick up your bead. This is called detailing. But in the beginning, when we give this holy name to some people, to the new people, we say, no problem, somehow that you chant. No problem, when you are traveling in the toilet, you are walking, going to the office, let them have the taste. But as we want to progress more and more and more and more, we need to be very mindful how to execute the japa perfectly. There is nothing wrong. I will also tell in the end why it is not wrong, even though if you chant inattentively, if you don't chant also, there is also a fact. But the problem is, suppose if you are very attentive, you can go in one lifetime. But if we are not, it postpone your going back to Godhead for after 30 years or after 30 lifetimes. Give an example. If you are studying in a particular class, if you are very focused, you are very attentive in the lecture, you are very attentive to the teacher, you are very attentive to practice, doing your homework, classwork, everything perfectly. So you can pass the class in the same year. But if you are not attentive in your class, nothing will happen. School will not kick you out. What they will ask you, my dear sir, or my dear student, why don't you repeat your class again to the next year also, or next calendar year? Or in that same class, you can stay there for 30, 40, 50 years, no problem, we don't have in mind. But it is our individual own sweet will, give back, we want to go out as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Now, the third one. One should be careful to eliminate the third type of inattention, which is distraction. From distraction, all types of intentions are born. Intention means laziness also comes where there is a distraction, and no attention also comes through to distraction. This fault resides in attraction for women or man, in case of women, and wealth, attraction for material success or victory, desire for position, and the cheating propensity. What are the distractions we face while chanting?
Thinking about our service and ourselves.
Grossly. Thinking is also good. Grossly and subtly both. As soon as somebody walks into the door, you are chanting, doom. Somebody slams the door, you just look. Why this so badly, can't he or she just slap very slowly? You chanting, you criticize the person due to that distraction, you did a Vaishnava aparadh. Okay. Other thing, if you may or may not like in the same temple, if you are a man, if you are liking some girl, or if it is a girl, if she's liking some boy, seeing every day each other, one of the distraction. Second, I'm in a very high position, everybody has to follow me. Third, let me earn some money through the wealth. Maybe I'm a brahmachari for some years, maybe in the future I will make some plan to go out. So how I can slowly keep accumulating some kind of a wealth. Maybe it becomes handy in the future. Many other things, you just name it. It's just only few things as mentioned here. If one has attraction in any of these categories, one will naturally be inattentive to the holy name. One should be careful to eliminate this fixation by following the proper Vaishnava behavior. On Ekadashi, an appearance day, one should stop thinking of eating and all day night chanting in the association of devotees. In this way, one will joyfully engage in devotional service. So there are many are there, but last paragraph, one should thus never be inattentive to complete one prescribed number of daily rounds. Means, if I put my hand in the beat, that means string gun is on. Just finish off my rounds. The point is, somehow that I have to finish off. And when I finish off, then I'm good. I heard in one lecture it says, what is the difference between you are progressing and you are not progressing? There is a simple measurement tool. What is the measurement tool? That Prabhu says, an advanced devotee, he feels happy when he is chanting or during his chanting. A neophyte devotee, he feels happy when he finishes the chanting. So we need to see ourselves. When we get pleasure, a big smile, gosh, such a burden on my head. At least 16 round finish. No, this is also there. Because this is not an ending. Prabhupada has said minimum. He didn't say maximum. He said minimum. And what is the standard of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj and Bhakti Vinod Thakur? 64. And what is the standard of Lord Krishna? Satam Kirtayanto. And you can see the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, how much he has to give us a discount. How much? He has given the bare minimum. And still we are not able to fulfill it. What he wants us to do. When chanting these prescribed numbers, one should avoid the different types of inattentiveness. Giving up the desire to increase the number of rounds for show. Let's do my 64 rounds every day. Prabhu, sorry, I can't do the seva, but I have to finish my prescribed rounds. Okay, what's your round? 64 rounds a day. Okay, good on you. One should attempt to first concentrate nicely on what one can manage. See what is the recommendation. First try to manage attentively what you have promised. Try to recognize what is our position, where we actually are. Not just imitating some senior Vaishnavas who are doing for 50 years, 60 years, always their hand in the beat. There you don't know in which consciousness they are chanting and how much time, how much service they have done to come to that state. But when we are new, we see, oh, this Maharaj is always chanting in the class, he is always chanting the kirtan, so I also become Maharaj. No, imitating is not good. Try to recognize where you stand and be honest to yourself and practice where you are. Because nothing will happen to the whole world. Everything happen to only to you. Because you are trying to cheat or do a show off in your devotee community that yes, I am such an exalted Vaishnava, can't take my hands out of the beat all the time. No. Be honest. I heard what Srila Prabhupada was saying, his name was Sabadrik Prabhu. He says he heard Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj saying, he says, in my whole life, I have never ever chanted more than 60 rounds. I was always engaged in my service and plus my minimum prescribed round. But does it mean that we should not also chant? Because those times he was 24 hours chanting the holy name. 24 hours while doing his service. While doing his service. So that means he is chanting 24 hours. 16, what he promised, and after that, unlimitedly, what he has to do. So we have to be very, very mindful when we are performing this kind of activity, because that requires absorption. And what is the example Srila Prabhupada gives in his teaching about the absorption, how absorption should be like? He was saying there was a blacksmith, he was just making the arrow. Okay? He was so absorbed straightening the arrow and things. In front of his shop, okay, the army of king passed. When the king passes, can you see, does he pass alone himself? He passes on a chariot. Horses are there, soldiers are there, queens are there, his infantry is there, so much noise is there. But he did not even notice that there is a king going on. He was so absorbed in his service. That's the absorption we want in our holy name. So much absorbed that what is happening around you, nothing happened. That's a lesson I learned when I was in my Delhi temple. This girl, she's quite young and she's new also, and she's chanting. And how she chants, she faces herself towards the wall. I mean, that's her individual practice. She doesn't want to see anybody. She just faces herself towards the wall so she can have less distraction and she can 100% absorb only by hearing this holy name. And I thought okay, maybe she's doing some kind of a show off, maybe. Let me see how many hours she sits and how many days she sits like that. And she gave me a wonderful lesson. That's her own practice, but she actually every day do. That's not her show off. That was her teaching. She was showing me through an example what is the actually it meant for. People come, she's chanting there, Mataji, we need to clean the floor. She's completely absorbed, she can't even hear the words of others. So other ladies has to come and they shake her. Daughter, please come. We need to, and she, there's so much absorption is there. I think we have about 3-4 minutes. If somebody has any question, we would like to answer. Yeah, I think first. Corner say. Oh, you don't say.
I had a question. This is nice discussion around the power of the holy name and chanting the holy name. But I noticed I'm a little confused. You talked about inattentive chanting and how when we're chanting and doing other services, it's considered inattentive. But then you also spoke about Guru Govinda Maharaj, who was chanting 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I knew that.
So, our goal is actually Kirtaniya Sada. It's something so why should I not be chanting anything else that I'm doing?
No, you can chant. It's not a problem. But when you have your prescribed number, see, if you are cooking, you can chant that time. But not just taking up your mala where you have promised to chant 16 rounds exactly. To come to that state, you need to be inattentive what you promised. Many people say that Prabhuji, how can we chant or how can I think about Lord while sleeping? You think about the Lord when you are awake. First. Because if the first stage is not done, where is the question of doing? See, people are doing kirtan during cooking. Fantastic. There are 9 stages, processes of doing bhakti. Something you can do two together. But this hearing Bhagavatam and chanting Hare Krishna, it cannot be mixed with any other thing. It cannot be mixed with any other things. If you do 16 properly, being attentive, focused, then you are in the shower, sing Hare Krishna tune. Cooking, walking, you sing, no problem. But your first 16, it has to be very, very, very attentive. Because if we are loose there, we can take other things very lightly. I have about 2 hours, 3 hours traveling, so let me sleep in a bed, let me do other things, check my phones, and during train I can chant. The point comes, distractions there. Eyes are there. Many people walk in the train with different kind of dress up. What do you have to, man? Funny hairstyle, funny dresses. Then our absorption, our thinking goes there instead of thinking on the bullet. And that's why they say, you have to restrain yourself from the distraction of material influence. Where the thing is favorable for your practice, be into that situation. Bhagavad Gita 1.1, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Dhritarashtra was so afraid. Pandavas were righteous. And they are in the place where itself is very religious. So it will help them to win the war. So if you want a full profit, we are doing a very pious activity, not just pious, a devotional service. So we have to be in a devotional environment to get the best out of it. But if certain situations are not good, so what can be done? But it should not be our regular practice. And we cannot expect like our days are like all the days are be perfect for us. No, sometimes we travel, go to India in the plane, here and there we travel. 1-2 days here and there is okay. But it should not be our daily practice that I should have to do exactly like this. 2 rounds here, 2 rounds afternoon, 2 rounds here, 2 rounds in the night. No, give it a go in the first go. Finish it off with a proper attitude. Then you can see what is the changes comes in your consciousness or in your Vaishnava quality behavior. It comes up automatically.
So you were just saying pretty much that one should first try to actually like chant the Nam Japa first.
Yes. Because Krishna is known by 4 ways. Nama, Rupa, Guna and Leela. First comes Nama. If your Nama is good, Rupa says, then you can see the Rupa. And when your Nama and Rupa is good, then you can see the Guna, which is the quality of the Lord. When these 3 are good, then you can see the Leela of the Lord. But we straight away jump to the Leela. No. I have read Jagveta Swami Maharaj, he's my spiritual grandfather. He has a blog, J Swami Info. He's got so many questions about chanting japa, what should not be do. He quoted Srila Prabhupada so many times. Prabhupada says many people in those times, like many Shishya of Srila Prabhupada, they say, Prabhupada, what should we do while chanting? Then nothing. Just chant and hear. And let the things come naturally or organically in your life. Let it manifest. Don't act prematurely for anything. Don't act prematurely. So let the things work properly. Because if our foundations are strong, Prabhu, we can take or face any challenge in our life. And chanting is the foundation. It's a strong foundation. It starts, our spiritual life starts, and our material body finishes while chanting. Because that's not the goal. If you want to leave this world, we just want that holy name should come from our mouth. So,
Hare Krishna, thank you for class. Is considering time while chanting japa a subtle form of inattentiveness?
Yes, it is. It is. Because when you have to chant, you have to just chant when you hear the holy name. Just fixing your japa, okay, I have 8 minutes, so first round I have to finish in 8 minutes. People think half an hour means 4 rounds, 1 hour means 8 rounds. So they just try to finish. Somebody talk to me, now I am 5 minutes late, so let me speed up my chanting. We need to chant 24 hours. Don't think about time, even though time is Krishna. But why we are thinking? Because I need to finish my round before 7:30, all my 6 things. That is also one kind of a subtle thing. Only just holy name.
Or what if say someone has to allot a specific time to during the job period to take a pause for another service.
Yeah.
Like, is that inattentive?
No, it's not. See, some days are here and there. Like some people are here, ladies are here, Prabhus are here. They have got big time, like half an hour to chant. They chant Hare Krishna, they do their japa, and they go to the altar to do seva. That's the other thing, but they are also engaged in the Lord. But if we don't have nothing to do, but still we are just, thinking I have really something to do, that's not really nice. If somebody has to cook, for the Lord, 8 o'clock morning prasadam or food, then he has to chant as much as he or she can chant. And after that, if he has 6-8 rounds left, they can do the service and they can chant after that. For the priests, pujaris and cook, they are not doing intentionally. They are doing for the service of the Lord. I think Prabhu is visible.
Hare Krishna, thank you for answering my questions. I had the same questions, not only about doing 16 rounds, trying to be as absorbed as possible, but then the rest of the day, trying to just chant as much as we can.
Yeah.
Although, like you were saying, sometimes it could be sense objects in a way, and but it's still okay, correct? Even though we can be sometimes on a train, on a plane, whatever, as long as that's not the minimum 16 that we're doing. That's only after the 16.
Yeah. See, top of the cream is always welcome. You can add as much as cream you want. But if you have a prescribed numbers that you have promised, which is in our Vaishnava Sampradaya, chant that much. And as after that you can chant as many as you want. Like a businessman, okay, he has a bar. Today, he has a bar that every day I will earn minimum $3,000 every day. Okay, his bar, and he do his best to earn. But if he gets $500 extra, $1,000 extra, or $2,000, is it bad? It is extra benefit, extra wealth, and extra wealth. So in a similar way, you fulfill your round because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself chant counting numbers. All the Goswami also chant with counting numbers. They make sure they have chanted this much, and after that, even though they are chanting 24 hours, just to set an example in the world how other people has to follow them, they have promised this much, I have to chant, and top of that, unlimited you can go.
And another one, so if we feel like we're slightly distracted, is it better to chant through that, let's say, 2-second distraction, or to take a break?
See, when I said this thing in my lecture, that means that is the standard. Okay, whatever I said through the Vedic scripture, the standard is there, and you have to come up to the standard. When you have to come up to the standard, you are not going to come in a one day. Okay, practice. So slowly try to improve yourself. Whatever you are doing is perfectly. Even if you are chanting inattentively, still the holy name will give his result to you. But the result you will get in this lifetime, it may postpone for many lifetimes more. So the question is, why do hang for another lifetime? Prabhupada says, why are you waiting for another lifetime? Why don't you finish the business in this lifetime and be serious? Anyway, our goal is to get out from here. Then why to take many more years to get out? Just get out in 1 year, means one lifetime. Do in a proper way, the way Shastra wants us to do. Go. Okay? Thank you so much. I think we are 10 minutes above. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Thy Lord